It's time once again
to recommend things.
Vince, what do you recommend today?
I recommend horror. You should check it out. Being afraid. I don't mean movies. I mean just be generally, have the crap scared out of you.
I'm too frightened to do so.
Yeah, most people. The only thing to fear
is horror.
Everything.
Itself.
It's everything. It's self-etiquette. Anyway, I'm recommending a comic book series called Screamland. Now, I believe there's only 4 issues in this. I think there's only 4.
So, quick read?
Yeah, it's a pretty quick read. And what Screamland is essentially about is Hollywood, if Hollywood existed with all those old monster movies, the monsters being real. So you have the main characters in this one, well, sort of the main characters are a werewolf, or the Wolfman rather, Frankenstein, the Mummy, and Dracula.
So, like, do they play their parts in the movies?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
All these old Dracula movies had Dracula in it. So all the old Frankenstein movies had Frankenstein, Wolfman,
That's really clever.
and Mummy. And it's lots of fun. These guys aren't necessarily walking around being, I am the living dead, and you should be afraid. Because in their real lives, these are just normal dudes. I mean, I think the main character in this is Frankenstein. Like, if I had to pick one who was the main dude, it would be Frankenstein. And Frankenstein is basically a failing Hollywood actor. Desperately trying, I mean, they're all aging at this point. Except for Dracula, because, he's the undead. And you kind of stay one way for a while if you're a vampire in most mythoses. But, so Frankenstein is desperately trying to get his career back on track. And the Wolfman at this point is now a drunk who does convention circuits. He just goes around signing things and scaring kids. It's great. And the Mummy basically is gone. He's off the grid. You can't find this guy. And Dracula is still working in movies because he looks young and can potentially not be a vampire. Now, I would kind of like to see a sequel of this given the Twilight craze.
Yeah.
That would be really cool. So Harold Sipe and Hector Casanova get on the ball and make a sequel. I want to know.
Now, you met the artist, right?
Yeah, I met the artist. And so I'm standing there at this convention. And I'm just shooting the breeze with this artist, Hector Casanova. And it was actually here in Lawrence, Kansas. And I look at a sign, I see how much his book's for. I'm talking to him about what his book's about. And I say, I think I'm going to buy one of these. So he just picks up a book. And I'm just standing there talking with him a little bit about how he is in the comics biz and what he's working on, what he wasn't working on, what he has worked on. And then he just hands me this book after like 15 minutes of talking. And he's drawn a picture of Frankenstein in the front of it. Well, it wasn't 15 minutes, more like 7, 10. But I said, hey, man, you should put on your sign that has the price on it with free drawing of one of the characters. And you might sell more. And he said this. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. I'm like, yeah, it's a good drawing, too. The guy, he just whips this thing up.
That looks really fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's terrific. It's hilarious. It's really not frightening at all, as long as you can stomach the idea of I just loved it. It's exactly what you would think Hollywood would be, just hard to work in, and it's like aging, struggling actors. It's great. I don't know. Just check it out, please. Please. It's my Image, I think.
Yeah, it's
Yep,
Image.
it's my Image.
Well, today I'm going to recommend another of my bizarre books in my library of bizarre books. Today I'm going to be recommending Where Are They Buried and How Did They Die? This is a neat little reference. Anyway, what'd you quit that? This is a neat reference. That wasn't a neat little reference, but it's pretty thick actually. That gives a list of a bunch of famous people, actors, and also celebrities of all types.
So after they've gotten past this stage,
right.
They end up there.
They end up here, right? And it tells you where they're buried. It tells you where their gravestones are. So if you want to plan out like trips and go look at the cemeteries where these people are buried, you can get this book and actually do that. It's a really cool idea. Then it gives you. Would you quit laughing at my book?
The most depressing vacation ever. Here's a guy that I loved all of his movies. I'm not happy he's dead.
Anyway, And then of course it's got a picture of a hearse right on the front. But anyway, and then besides just the names and like when they were born and when they died, it gives you a short kind of synopsis of their life, and then how they died. It's kind of cool. Let's see. See if there's any cool ones. Billie Holiday's in here. Janis Joplin. Ian Fleming. How did Ian Fleming die? Ian Fleming. He suffered a heart attack in 1961, and he wrote a story. Anyway,
Robert Frost is in here.
Robert Frost is in here. Yep. Ernest Hemingway. I mean, there's just tons of people. So
do you think they have the poetic irony of Robert Frost?
And they have it, and they also have these listed out. It's not just alphabetical. They have it listed out by category. So like, there's a section here that's heroes of rock and blues music, and then it has like all those. Here's Jim Croce. How did Jim Croce die? Let's see. Oh, it looks like he died in an airplane that crashed. I didn't know that.
It seems to be a trend.
Yeah, I know. A lot of musicians had that. Anyway, it's a really neat and fascinating book, and it's one of those things that obviously it's not exactly a cover-to-cover read, but it's one of those kind of fun books to flip open and learn something. So anyway, that's all I had to say about this, but that's a lot of fun. And also, I should probably mention that this was one of several books about death that I was given by various people, friends and family, while I was living and working at a mortuary. This was actually a housewarming present from my mom when I first moved in. Maybe it was a birthday gift. I don't remember, but it was right around when I first moved in. Anyway, and I just found it fascinating. I thought it was really cool. Anyway, I've also got a book called How We Die, which tells you how all the various bizarre ways in which people can die, and tries to theorize exactly what it would feel like to die. Really bizarre.
How we die? Quickly and full of death.
Anyway, that's what I recommend. So thanks a lot for watching us recommend stuff. We're going to recommend other things for you once again next week. I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Vince.
Thanks for watching.